Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to set up call transfers. This is the only video you need to watch on call transfers. I'm going to walk you guys through the best practices, how to set it up, when you would use it, etc. So the call transfer function is a super important function when you are building out a voice AI agent for a client. And the reason for that is because the AI is great, but the human touch is still really important. And so for me, my clients are in the healthcare space, and whenever there's an emergency or whenever there's a refund request, we want that to be transferred over to the human, right? The business they don't want refunds. They want to avoid refunds as much as possible. And when there's an emergency, we don't want the AI to start giving medical advice. We want that to be transferred over to the human as soon as possible. And so in order to set it up, it's pretty simple. This is your Retell AI command center. When you build out your voice AI agent, this is your system prompt. All you have to do here is click functions, click add, click call transfer. And then once you click call transfer, you're going to see this box. You don't want to change your name and description. You want to keep this the same. So transfer_call. This is what you would mention in the system prompt to invoke this function. I'm going to walk you through that in a second. So don't change the name or the description. The next thing you're going to see is the transfer to static destination or dynamic routing. So basically what static destination means is there's only one number that the AI can transfer to. Right? So if the client that you're working with, they're like, yeah, if there's a transfer request, please, this is a number, just call this number. In that scenario, you would use static destination. You would use dynamic routing if the business you're working with has multiple departments, right? So if they're like, yeah, if they have a billing request, if they have a refund request, transfer them to the billing department. If they're an angry customer, transfer them over to the customer service department, right? And so basically to set that up, all you have to do is basically just write in here what you want it to do. It's like a mini AI, right? So you would say, if the user wants to reach customer service, call this number. If the user wants to reach billing department, call this number. It's really that simple, right? You literally just write it down, okay? So for this example, I'm just going to use static destination. That's mainly what it's going to be, like 80% of the time. And so I'm just going to use this number as the example. And then now you're going to see three options here. How should the AI handle the transfer? Should it be a cold transfer? Should it be a warm transfer? Or should it be agentic warm transfer? A cold transfer is the AI just transfers the call immediately to the human without giving them the context behind why this transfer is happening, right? So it would immediately just connect the caller with the human without any context. And this is not the most efficient way to go about it, right? Warm transfer, on the other hand, is the AI transfers it to the human. It gives them a quick little brief as to why this is happening. So it would be like, hey, the reason why I'm transferring this is because the human wants a refund, right? This is the most efficient way to go about it. It gives them context as to why this is happening, right? Agentic warm transfer, on the other hand, is the AI has a two-way conversation with the agent, meaning the person, the billing department or the customer service department, right? The way it works is the AI does the call transfer, the human picks up, the agent talks to them. He's like, hey, I have this guy, he wants a refund, blah, 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 blah. Do you want to take this call? Yes or no? They're like, oh, I don't want to take it. Then the AI would just end the call. If they do want to take it, then it would transfer. And this is not the most efficient way to go about it. In my opinion, warm transfer is the best way to go about it. Okay, so choose warm transfer and then scroll down. You're going to see all these options. So on hold music, pretty self-explanatory. Basically what it means is what are they going to hear when the call transfer is happening. You can choose from ringtone, relaxing sound, uplifting beats, or none. I'll just go with relaxing sound. Okay, navigate IVR, transfer ring duration. This is basically how long it's going to take for the call to be transferred over. Should it wait 30 seconds? Should it wait 90 seconds? Or should I just wait 5 seconds, and if it doesn't pick up, it ends the call? I'm just going to keep it at 30 seconds. Keep it at 30 seconds. Navigate IVR. So if the office number you're calling has an IVR system, press 1 for department, press 2 for this, you would turn this option on. And then you would choose navigate. For example, if it needs to navigate to the customer service department, you would write navigate to the customer service department. Just like that. All right. So that's only if the number you're calling has an IVR system. Most of the time they don't, so you don't really need to turn that on. Now you're going to see during agent connection. Is there any internal queue or hold system before an agent answers? Right? Meaning when you do the call transfer to the office, is there a hold system or a queue system? Or does it get connected immediately? A lot of the times it's going to be no. However, if it is a yes, you're going to have to give them a wait time, meaning Retell AI is going to wait this long until a real person starts speaking before debriefing, right? So when the AI gets connected, it's going to wait, 30 seconds, whatever you customize it to, before the AI actually starts speaking and debriefing them on why this is happening. So a lot of the times it's going to be no. And then we have whisper debrief message, right? If checked, spoken only to the transfer agent, the caller cannot hear it, and that's the way to go about it. Basically meaning, if you turn this on, only the agent that picks up the phone call is going to hear the debriefing, not the caller, and that's ideally what we want, right? So we want to turn that on, and then we're going to add a handoff message. You can either choose prompt or you can choose static sentence. Prompt meaning that you can prompt it to say that hello, the agent wants XYZ, right? Like say hello to the agent and then summarize the user problem to him. Prompt is the best way to go about it, because then you're able to add context, right? Say hello and give them full context as to why this transfer is happening. So that you can use that as prompt. Static sentence, on the other hand, is it would just say whatever you write in here. Okay? So the prompt is the best way to go about it. And then we have after transfer connects, do you want three-way ringtone, play a sound to indicate the call has been bridged? Or do you want three-way debrief message, meaning that, enable public handoff message, both parties can hear. So the caller would hear like, oh, this call is being transferred. And the caller, the agent that picked up the phone would also hear that message. You don't need to turn these on, to be honest. I kind of just leave them turned off. And then we have displayed caller ID. So when the AI transfers the call to the human, what number should it read? Should it read the Retell AI agent number that you connected to the AI agent, or should it see the user's number? So this doesn't really matter, but I go with the user's number because at the end of the day, they want to see the number of the user, not the Retell AI agent, for their own records. And so I would just go with user's number. Okay. Then we have custom SIP headers. This is mainly if you're using a SIP integration to Retell AI. So if you're just using the normal number that Retell AI gives you, you don't need to turn that on, okay? The last option we have is talk while waiting. And so you're able to, add a short phrase to fill the silence, maybe something like, let me transfer you to the right department. Right? You can just say that and you basically just save this. So that's it. Now, in order to actually make this work, you need to add in the prompt specifically when this should happen, right? And you want to put this under the rule section. So if in your rule as part of your system prompt, you would add something like, if the user requests a refund, invoke transfer _ call. Simple. That's it. Whatever scenario where it should transfer a call, you would want to write that down. If the user has an emergency, example for in my case would be like bleeding or whatever, like bleeding, example bleeding, invoke transfer _ call. If the user wants to cancel their appointment, invoke transfer _ call. So when you turn this on, it will know, okay, the user has an emergency, invoke transfer _ call. It would call the number and it would then do a warm transfer. So that's the way to do it. Make sure you click publish before doing this and try it out. It will work. And hopefully you guys found this helpful. Drop a comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.